That's tomorrow. And that is it for us today. Okay, I don't know. Whatever it is, it's not right on the teleprompter. I don't know what that is. I've never seen that.
No, there it is. We are going to do Sting, yeah.
Okay, but now I can't read it. There's no words on it.
Okay. Ready? Sure.
There's no words there. To play us out. What does that mean? To play us out.
Sting is going to do. It's a video. Sting video. Okay.
What is
for credits?
I don't know what that means. To play us out. What does that mean? To end the show?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, go.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it.
Okay. In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. And we will leave you with a. I can't do it.
Okay.
We'll do it live.
Okay. No.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it, and we'll do it live. Right. Fucking thing sucks.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks again for watching. We'll leave you with Sting and a cut off his new album. Take it away. Good morning, Vietnam!
You're now tuned into the most censored morning show in the realm, Rise and Grind.
Know that I walk the road to spend my time.
You're now tuned into the most censored morning show in the realm, Rise and Grind. Good morning, everybody. It is Friday, September 23rd. The time is now 5:55 a.m. in the Central Standard Time, and I'm really excited to be here. There might be a few bumps and a few glitches throughout this podcast because we have to resort to crazy tactics just to be able to keep the content that we work so hard to create. All the New World Order wants to do is take it down. But okay, let's turn our frowns upside down. Let's get this weekend started the right way. We've got so much content. I'm going to try to just take my time. You guys know I've got so much I wish I could share. But we got so much other stuff too. Responsibilities with this realm that we got to do. So we can only do so much. But please, come on. Get you a freshly ground coffee with no sugar, no toxins in it. Pull your chair up close. Come on, I got the fire going this morning. It might be a little chilly for you. I'll warm it up, okay? Come on, let's go. Take my hand. Let's do this walk. I'll show you some butterflies if you're ready. The first one of the morning says, I so know you're tired. Come. This is the way. The sun is up. The sky is blue. It's a beautiful day. Hey, and so are you. Is everybody ready to have a good weekend? You guys all ready to enjoy some downtime? Non-servile work stuff? I am. I really am. Such a freak. Beautiful, cute morning. That meme, I'm all confused. Deep in our hearts, the light of heaven is shining. Good morning, everybody. I get so excited sometimes for this content. This one says, you are the ancestor that changes everything for your bloodline. You are the golden light in human form, brought to this earth with a higher purpose. Do you believe this? I do. Actually, I know it's true for me and for you. This one says, life lesson. You shouldn't try to stop everything from happening. Sometimes you're supposed to feel awkward. Sometimes you're supposed to be vulnerable in front of people. Sometimes it's necessary because it's all a part of getting to the next part of yourself. Minus the astronaut and the fake planets. which are just heavenly lights, luminaries. This is a wonderful meme. I really liked it. It spoke to me. Good morning, birdies. I know you're in the computer screen, but I'll still say hi to you too. This one says, I am not afraid. I've been to hell and back. I'm a free spirit, a wild child, and yes, a renegade. Are you a renegade too? I hope so. This one says, it's okay to reinvent yourself as many times as it takes to live out your most authentic self. It's a good one. It's deep. Don't be fooled by the snake symbolism. Look at the truth. Okay? So we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but what is unseen. Since what is seen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal. That comes from 2 Corinthians 4-18. It's true. And he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. Now people will take this scripture and they'll say, oh, Satan is the lightning. No, no, no. If you've ever seen a bolt of lightning, you will understand at what speed it crashes down to the earth. Right? And that was what it was being explained here. How fast the wicked one fell, was thrown down. Right? Not that he was like lightning, that he fell as lightning falls from heaven. So too did the wicked one. This one says, no matter how they spin it, hey, we are about freedom, and it is not as extreme. It is not extreme. Control is extreme. Don't get that twisted. We're about freedom on this team, not control. Good morning, everybody. Let's get into another song break, and I'll see you after this, and we'll get into the news. Thank you for tuning in. This is The Rise and Grind. It is Friday, September 23rd. Oh, what a day. This could be the beginning to the end. Arms up. Let's go. Let's get this roller coaster headed over the big drop. Arms up. Let's go.
Step off the train. I'm walking down your street again. It's past your door, but you don't live there anymore. See it since you've been there, and now you've disappeared somewhere, like out of space. Found some better place in your sea. Like the desert.
What a remix. That was a Sean Finn remix. Missing. It's a good one to get us started for the morning. Thank you for tuning in. Let's get into some of this here news. Did you know? Have you heard? Yes! Tell the people. Tell them, Ronnie Shine, says the producer. Shockingly, Israel has just announced that they want peace in the Middle East. They're going to tell the United Nations tomorrow that they're ready to finally agree to the so-called two-state solution. There's never been a two-state solution, and it's not ever going to be. This is just fake. But wow, everything is fitting into place just at the right time. Thank you for tuning in. It's now 6:04 a.m. in the Central Standard. That's 7:04 for everybody on the East Coast. The West Coast, y'all are too satanic. I'm not giving your times a shout-out, and y'all are sleeping anyways. Let's move on. This is interesting. Everyone keep your eyes upon this. Moving on. Next tweet we have following that up, it says, I've translated this. It says, to our Persian followers, there is only one way to liberate Iran, and it so-called starts with raising Israeli flags in your anti-regime marches. I can't believe what the tiny hats are trying to do right now. Are you kidding me right now? So all of the people that are against the so-called Jays are now saying that they're going to fly the Jays flag? I must be sleeping. Hold on. Let me get the sleep out of my eyes. One sec here. Oh, wow. It does say that. I am in shock right now. Well, moving on. Apparently the Palestinian people are now forgiving Israel and now flying their flag. That was pretty quick. Moving on, and it says, so it begins. Brisbane, Australia. Major closures to start, yes, today. And the astronomical stuff that we were talking about started last night at midnight. Different radiation or whatever they call it is starting to get powerful. Things are starting to change. We're going to get more into that as we go on here. Let's do a little cartoons, shall we? Let me pause this music. People will only believe what they want to believe. Look, The Simpsons will even tell you. Check this out. Cartoons and coffee.
Why is that jet flying so close to our house? At last, those planes are flying where they belong.
That's right. Over the homes of poor people.
Oh, it's you, Stan. What kind of favor? I abused my CIA powers to make that superstorm.
You made this storm? Lives were destroyed.
Now kiss, you two lovebirds, and put some mustard on it. Aren't you straight?
Yes, but I'm terrified of these people. They can control the weather.
This is a wildfire. This is a deliberate targeting of buildings with absolutely nothing happening around them. The trees are fine, absolutely fine.
But how do the trees stay with the fire being so intense it melts the cars? How do the trees not get burned if this is a fire? Fire.
This did not come from the forest fire. All the nano aluminum particles in the buildings and soil after years of drought, years of chemical trails overhead, not to mention the plasma cloud cover laid 3 days in advance of this debacle. See right here. Fine.
So, I do like to show people that, yes, they have been trying to manipulate the weather for a very long time. Right? They've got weather channels in place, touting and promoting crazy-ass narratives. We've seen stuff in the weather that we've never seen before. Different types of cloud formations. We've seen all these weird-ass energy weapon evidence. And we're going to show you guys some of it. This one here, it says, in the Netherlands, massive fire at a power substation. What's going on? They're going to start burning everything down, right? We're going to show you. We're going to bring it out. We're going to show it. We're going to keep our eyes peeled on this. The Carrington event, they're saying, right? So the whole weather manipulation thing has two agendas. All of the stuff that we discuss usually have more than one agenda. But I'll tell you right now, the extreme weather is going to continue. We're headed into the Great Tribulation. What do people expect? So you're going to have two sides. You got the New World Order side, who are going around with their energy weapons and manipulating the weather. And then you have the Creator, and he's going to use the weather too. He can override anything that the New World Order tries to do. Okay, so we've got two agendas, but we're going to watch, and this is what we see. Right, more of it right here, energy weapons. This guy sounds a little crazy. I'll turn him down. But yeah, what is this? What is creating these types of fires where trees don't burn, but the whole house is gone? There's tons of this evidence everywhere. You can see it yourself. You know, I've been looking for this type of this type of evidence for a long time. It's a gas station. Or power station again. This one's in Louisiana. I don't have the exact dates on these tweets. I'm just trying to bring some correlation to what is going on. Uh-oh. What's going on there with the power? It's not going to be good. You need to get a generator and some extra gas if you want to have your cell phones charged when the power goes down, if it does. And water, and relax. Enjoy the weather. Get out in nature. It'll be a nice break if the power goes down, okay? Don't worry. This is not good, though. Yeah, we're watching out for that. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Rise and Grind podcast. This one says here, inflation may have been limited, it says, if Cerveza 19 stimulus was lifted earlier. Yeah, gee, you think? Maybe if they gave another $2 trillion out to the people and then charged them more taxes, it would have been worse, right? How many trillions did they just invent? This one is super hilarious. This is coming off of USNI News. Don't know this website. It says here, Navy, so-called, quote, struggling, end quote, to get a tax subset of repairs on time as demand increases. It's because these things are props. They're jokes. They don't have submarines that go down miles under the water. It's retarded. Nobody's in there listening to boom, boom. Everybody, shh, don't breathe. The enemy will hear us. Like, I mean, the tiny hats have just screwed up everything. These things, they stand on here, they float it around the bay with this here tugboat, take some pictures, and then they park it. It's not, you can't go underwater. There's too much pressure. You can use tiny submersible vehicles that are shaped like spheres with crazy, crazy technology, and like, this is not how you're going to go down to the bottom of the ocean, okay? It's retarded. It's fake. War is fake. Wake up. It's a hoax. It's all done to divide and conquer you and to steal resources. So, of course, they're going to be getting problems trying to get these things out of repair. Did you vote for this? Apparently, this is where we're headed. WEF says billions who complied with the so-called lockdown restrictions, excuse me, will also comply with what they hope is their social credit scheme. And no, the people aren't. This is ridiculous. This is where if you say something wrong against the New World Order, you're not going to be able to buy anything. Your car is going to be stuck. You're not going to be able to go anywhere. We're watching all this. But this is what they try to say. This is how they do witchcraft. These two guys here say this stuff, and then they hope that everybody just believes it. Well, I mean, yeah, okay, yes, you want me to tell them. Well, most people actually see it and do believe it. It's sad. But we don't. Breaking, conservatives call on Arrive Can fines to be forgiven as Canadians prepare to mount wide-scale civil disobedience and defy its use. October 1st is mandated use, not halted. So they are halting it, right? But are they going to forgive anybody? How many thousands of dollars did they make people pay because they said they had a fake you-know-what? Look at this one here. So you think the scamdemic was real? Action! How real do you think it was? Some people in Japan, right? You saw them spraying the street, people falling out. Oh, look at this behind-the-scenes footage. Cut! Come on now. You're not supposed to get the worker in the shot, dumbass. You're supposed to go in front of them. Action! These people can't even run hoaxes right. Everything was fake. Everything you see on TV, everything you see on the news is fake. They even have a good movie with Jake Gyllenhaal where they show you that the news companies actually fake all the news. Go ahead and watch it. From October 1st, this one says German streets are actually going to now be patrolled by military people. Wow, why? Why do they need military people patrolling the streets? Is it like a third world country where people are so poor that they're going to try to kill The rich people that have to walk on this side of the street, I don't know. I don't like it. I'll say that much. I gotta slow down. I'm going way too fast here. Watch, a silicone oil tanker. Check this out. Look at that fire. What is going on? That is a crazy fire. Oil tanker catches fire. It was in a collision, it says. What is that? I mean, that's crazy fire. Is it real? I don't know. There's so much coming out of Japan and China. I don't even know. This one's in China. I don't know. It looks crazy. This one's super funny. Let's pause the music for a second and let's laugh at these Rothschild Bank employees here. It says employees of Rothschild Robo Bank are getting so brainwashed and forced to sing a song called Robo Goes Digital. Oh, these people never cease to amaze me. These crazy ass people. They doing? Why are they singing these crazy ass songs about going digital? Like, this is how the weak ass witchcraft has to be done. It's retarded. All these bank members get mind control like that. Thank you, Peaceful Quaker. That was funny. Good morning, everybody. This one, Russia says they will use supposed strategic nuclear weapons. Everybody, they don't have nuclear weapons. If you see them on the TV, it's CGI. Now, they have hydrogen bombs where they can implode things really powerfully with big-ass tanks, but it's not easy to do. They also can set up a barge, Lake Ontario or the ocean or off the coastlines of any cities with hundreds of thousands, if not millions of pounds of dynamite, and they can blow that up too. And they'd say, that's a nuke. No, it wasn't a nuke. Nukes don't exist. There's no weapon that's small that's going to destroy a city. That's retarded. Anyone who's ever done anything, even dug a hole in the ground, realizes this. But let's move on. This is a pair of monstrous sunspots just emerged over the sun's southeastern limb. Now, I just want to point out here that nobody has ever seen or filmed or witnessed the sun circling like this. These spots cartwheel. They cartwheel in the sky. This is a supposed satellite in outer space, not in the orbit of Earth. That's how it's able to supposedly see the sun turn like this. But yes, these black spots is another debunk as well. If this thing was a burning, heating ball of fire furnace, you would not have black spots. They would be ultra white spots. Everything in this world is flipped. It's retarded. This one is so important. Hold on one second. I got to fit this on the screen. Not only on this channel. Now, we are not doctors. We are healers, okay? Nothing on this podcast is medical advice, okay? Only follow what your heart tells you to believe. I'm just sharing news, links, and articles. This one here says natural skin cancer remover remedies that you actually never knew about. Hemp oil, it says. Get you some hemp oil for skin. If you got anything going on your skin, you're going to rub this oil on there. It's going to make you all better. How about... This says it uses phytonutrients extracted from eggplants. Okay, eggplant juice is actually really good to help fight against skin issues. Milk thistle. Do you know about milk thistle? Get you some of that and rub it on your skin. Aloe vera also may prevent and stop the progression of skin issues. So we don't only just want to bring up, so the eggplant, okay, it's not just a funny emoji that all the chicks like to bank box with. It's actually also something that can heal us. That's what we want to share most, okay? The truth about how we can be healed. Biden's new executive order, 14081, it says here, quote, we need to develop genetic engineering technologies and techniques to be able to write circuitry for cells and particularly program biology in the same way in which we write software and program computers. This is scary news. What are they talking about? Yes, humans are programmable. Okay, we've seen it. The sheeple, the way that they're easily programmed. Excuse me. It's true. But this is going to a next level. Now they're trying to manifest through witchcraft the ability to, change the body, change what's natural, and they're going to just start using, jabolas or whatever else they're going to say they need. We're going to keep a close eye on Executive Order 14081. Breaking. 10 days after this guy, I'm not going to keep shouting out these dumbass politician crooks, became conservative so-called leader, the fake division. They set up one side against the other to keep you divided, because the house that's divided is never going to stand. The scared Trudeau liberals have decided to drop the ArriveCan scan. That app, scam app. I'm going way too fast. I got so much I want to share. This is good. This is a step in the right direction, but I don't buy any of it. What is about to happen? Why are they taking all this stuff away? That is my question for today. Why are they doing this? Let's get into another song break, because we've got so much good music too. And today's music is supposed to inspire you to want to dance. Now, I don't go to the club. I'm not into drinking. I'm against it. Last time I had a glass of wine might have been Passover, right? Passover, right? That's when I might have had a last glass of wine. I don't agree with alcohol, but what I do love to do is dance. I like to dance in the kitchen. I like to dance on the job site, and I like to play music that makes me want to dance. And so that's what this is all about. So dance. Come on. 1988 special. remix from On the Mic. Make my day. Come on now. Make my day. How do I have this much energy? I don't know. But I do know that it is 6:23 a.m. in the Central Standard Time. It's September 23rd. We made it here, the Revelation Sign Remembrance Day. Let's talk about fisheye lenses. How much do you know about them? And the sphere Earth that you've been taught. I keep stuttering. You guys do know I stutter sometimes. It's been something that's followed me through a couple of lives. But let's go on here. Okay, this is what the horizon looks like. Like I was talking about yesterday, all the rich guys, when they heard about flat Earth, went up in a plane and they were like, damn. They held their rulers and their levels to the horizon and they found out that it was flat. But they invented what is called the fish eye lens, which I never liked. I was like, okay, I'll tell him, Marty Ma, let's play a trick on the goyim. Let's make them think that look like fish is better. No, I don't want to see the way fish see. I want to see in high clarity and perfect resolution, rectilineated. I don't want to see anything curving due to fisheye lenses, but this is what they do. Look, you put the fisheye lens, it supposedly gives you a wider angle shot. You can actually do wide angle shots with the rectilineated lens as well. But here it is. You put the fisheye lens on, bam. All of a sudden you think you live on a giant sphere again. This is the way that it would look if we did live on a sphere, okay? The boats would be sphering off this side, sphering off this side, sphering off that side. That's not what we see. It's time people wake up to it and figure it out. I mean, the evidence is everywhere. You just have to look. Literally use your own eyes, and you are going to find out that they're just lying to us everywhere they possibly can. Again, this is just a fisheye. This is just CGI. This isn't even real. But this on your left side is what the fisheye does. Okay, again, we'll go back to the beginning. You see how it's flat? You can put a ruler to it or a level. Put the fisheye lens on. Bam. There's your curvature right there. Let's move on. Oh, darn it. Not again. This one had too much truth. They say here, this page doesn't exist. Try searching for something else. Everybody probably seen thousands of these trying to find me over the years. If you found me, I don't know how you did. Have you ever seen what happens to these dumbass lithium batteries? Now, Jason and I are bringing out the new type of technology where we're showing people that you store energy in hydrogen, right? Not just lithium. But watch what happens.
Regular Energizer lithium battery.
Check this out.
And what's inside of it honestly kind of scares me.
It's scary.
Just for fun, though, I'm going to open it up, and I've already made a little cut in the outer shell.
Let's do it.
Batteries like this is dangerous, and it's almost always a huge pain, but I was eventually able to pop off its shell.
So inside your battery, you got some fluid.
Now I can
got some cloth.
And reveal the thing that scares me.
And then long plates of lithium.
It honestly doesn't look like much, but it's a bunch of lithium metal, and it's extremely reactive. The metal
You can say
itself
that again.
technically isn't what scares me, though. And it's what can happen if it's added to water.
Oh, you don't want to put your batteries in water.
It just fizzles a bunch and maybe lights on fire.
Maybe.
Form from the battery, though.
Boom.
It can sometimes be a bit more reactive. I personally had to discover this the hard way.
Oh.
And I'm very lucky it all turned out okay.
Yeah, be safe. Don't open your batteries, okay? We're against that here. But what I wanted to show people is that all these stupid ass lithium battery technologies they have they're just bombs. They're dynamite in a little tiny package just waiting to be charged wrong, for water to leak on it. Anything like that, right? Hydrogen is the way. We're going to be talking more about that because hydrogen is the most abundant thing we can find in this realm. It's in everything, right? Moving on here. Have you seen on Monday, September 26th here, apparently, the quote hashtag DART mission will intentionally crash into a non-hazardous asteroid to see if they can so-called change its orbit. This is the diagram of what they say they're doing in outer space. They're going to crash this little tiny so-called satellite that's, again, if you guys understand anything about flying, you can't fly anything that's heavy. You can't push anything off of vacuum of space either, so you wouldn't be able to steer this. So if you hit the rock, there's going to be no force, no push. There'll be nothing to stop it from changing its direction. But they're going to try and, they are trying to psyop us, saying that they're going to start directing comets and asteroids in outer space with, light material. This thing, Everything is upside down and backwards in this realm. This one here, look at this. Earthquake. After an earthquake drill, So they had an earthquake drill in Mexico, and then bam, an actual earthquake hit the city. Look at this pool. I would not want to be in this building. I'd be freaking out. I don't know about you. I would be getting the fuck out of that pool real fast. I would be freaking out if my building started shaking like that. Whew. How are these people not freaking out? I'm amazed that nobody's screaming. Or like lying on the ground. Everything starts shaking. It's a pretty scary feeling, you guys, if you've ever felt it. She's like enjoying it. It's not a ride. That is crazy. Just crazy, you guys. Crazy. What's going to happen next? So it's crazy because, North America seems to be super protected. It has been. But everywhere else in the realm seems to be having constant problems. They're getting trolled. Crazy floods, crazy earthquakes in diverse places. All the signs, all these things are happening, and it is incredible to watch. This would have scared me. I don't know about you. Terrified. This one coming in off of Where We Go to Hell. They're all going to go as one. Worldwide outages, they're saying, in Germany, and they're saying, trust the military. Military is the only way. Are you kidding me? If anybody ever tells you to trust the Rothschild military, run. Run from those people. This one here is super funny. Let's turn the sound down again for this one. You got to see this. Did you know that Elon Musk's Falcon rocket or whatever thing, they already had it in a movie in 1959. It was called Nebo Zyvoit. Look. Yay, all the sheeple. Show us some CGI, Elon. They beat you to it, cuck. They already had it built. There you go, Elonald. Oh, this stuff makes me laugh when the producer sends me clips like this. Hey, this is the barge they call I Still Love You. Oh, it's hilarious what these fucking clowns do, you guys. Oh, I love getting to report this stuff. Look at that. They did it. There they go. Here goes Elonald and Donald. They're out to go save the day. Dun, 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 dun. We're going to Mars. You're not going to Mars. I Still Love You right there. In the, was it 1959? When was this made? 1959. There you go, people. F you, Elon. Look at this basalt. Iceland. Look at that. Wow. How does it even form like that? They say volcanoes erupted when a huge asteroid hit the Earth, and when it dried into these perfectly shaped columns. Right? That's how the basalt columns got here, they say, right? But then you got another side of the truth movement that's going to come over and tell you that this is Tartaria. These are ancient trees that are hundreds of thousands of years old, and all this other nonsense. You got to watch out who you take your truth from. This one says the last gate to a complete global, we don't live on a globe, surveillance state, excuse me, European central banks have selected Amazon and 4 other companies to create a prototype, digital euro, CBDC. So they are really hoping that people will get this. And you go on to read down here, remember when this was a so-called conspiracy theory? Yeah, no, it was people trying to warn you, as I am right now. Check this out, how they build railroads. This is cool. This makes it a lot easier than back in the day. They had all the slaves do the hard work. I mean, slaves were just employees before there were factories. But yeah, okay, we're going to call them slaves and mind control all the people with dark-colored skin. It was all against you. People don't realize there was a lot of white slaves, too. Lots. Like, you guys have got to be kidding me. No. It was just the black people they want to program, right? But this is really cool how they build railroad trains like this now. We should have way more trains, too. It's a great way to do it. They do kill animals. I'm not with that. We got to switch all this stuff with the kingdom. It's not going to be like this anymore, but I thought that was a cool video to show you. Moving on here, have you heard about a nocturnal tornado? Here we're getting into some of those fake-ass cloud systems, or the creator is starting to whip up the crazy storms we've never seen before. This one says nocturnal tornado warns supercell with striated mesocyclone near Mount Sterling, Illinois, transitioning to a more bow echo structure with brief areas of rotation west of Jacksonville, Illinois. Like, they're coming up with all these crazy ass weather storm names to try to talk about what we're seeing now. Are these being created by HAARP? I don't know. They very well could be, right? They're trying to whip stuff up, and then they can heat the atmosphere, and then they could dump different things in the sky that make it hotter and colder, which creates these anomalous looking storms. But they've got so many things like, this does not look normal. This does not look normal. I don't know what's going on here with the weather. Not normal. And I have actually seen these types of storms. So I have verified for myself. I filmed it. I had it on my old Facebook, but I'm locked out of that for my own protection, and yours too. Moving on. Oh, not again. Sorry. This page doesn't exist. Try searching somewhere else. Second earthquake now. We're just earthquakes just smashing into Mexico right now. We don't know what's going on. I know all the luminaries are going backwards. That's screwing people up too. That always makes me laugh when I see that nonsense. But here we're open, not closed. Check this out. Open, not closed. Moving on here. This one was taken down and censored, but I'll bring it back up. PayPal apparently has gone and shut accounts down of a parents group that actually campaigned to keep the schools open during the pandemic. You know who owns Amazon? Right? The Tiny Hat Vatican crew. All of them own it. And they shut down whatever they want because we live in the 1984 totalitarian police state. It's obvious here. Run by these guys. And if you didn't know, the Hail Hitler symbol, the swastika hand sign, is actually just an initiation into the 14th degree. It's not even very high at all, right? Don't do it. Coming off the IP, scammers may have taken, they say, $45.6 billion in pandemic aid. Yeah, I bet they did. I bet they took trillions. Scammers. Another really important tweet as we get close to rounding up the news segment of the podcast. These Rings cameras.
When you're in Home Depot,
how are people putting these in their houses? What kind of nonsense? So anything that they've dubbed smart is smart because they can hack you. They can trap you. They can track, trace, wiretap you. That's what smart means.
Or any of these places, make sure you do not install these Ring doorbells, Google Nests, or Amazon Echoes. They work as surveillance. They're basically monitoring you 24/7, 365, and they also sync up to your Wi-Fi. Now, it's interesting that these relax LED lights basically are being sold as relaxing, which is interesting because LED lights have been proven to cause anxiety. So it's a lot of fancy marketing terms, and you should be aware of these. These are some smart Wi-Fi bulbs, which basically ping Wi-Fi 24/7, 365, acting like a microwave. And if it's above your head, it's basically pulsing the brain 24/7, 365. So we don't want to do anything with that. These are some other different types of bulbs. And then these, in the end, are the incandescents, which are the ones that we want to opt for because they are the safest. They mimic the sun, and they're very, very healthy for us. Also,
so I just want to keep pointing out, and I'm pretty sure everybody that tunes into the Rising Ground, but maybe somehow, some way, somebody clicked on this and you've never seen anything about truth. If you have one of these installed in your house, rip it out. Okay? Unless you don't care. Unless you don't care what they hear. I have, unfortunately, had agents and people on me for over 10 years now, so there's nothing I can do. Everywhere I go, everything I do, they're always tracking, tracing, and trying to use against me. So it's fine. But yes, don't promote having yourself tapped. It's retarded. Anything that hooks up to online stuff, as soon as the CBD systems come into play, they're just going to turn your nonsense off. They're going to just switch it off because you don't go with what they say. Stay away from that stuff. Breaking, it says, Facebook is announcing that the Donald could actually be allowed back on the social media platform for the 2024 campaign. Oh, did you? We did see that one coming, right? Oh, yeah, we'll see that. Where we go one, they all go to hell is what we're going to say. Moving on here, NASA to provide media update on demonstration test. Artemis 1 mission is back on. Are you guys ready? I believe it's for the 27th. We'll have updates for this on Sunday if there is internet and power on Sunday. We will be back with updates. Thank you for tuning in. This is the Rise and Grind. It is now 6:38 Central Standard Time, and I will be back after this song. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you like it. I'm going to get ready. I'm going to start moving around here behind the mic.
Je veux tout. Je veux tout.
New one coming off of Emanu and La Muzda. One of my favorite creators too, Emanu. This one had a really good eclectic mover for me. I really enjoyed that song. It's got a real good vibe. But the S is silent, right? Why do they put silent characters in languages? Makes me so mad. Who created that language? Bring them to me. I want to talk. We don't need. Imagine teaching your kid how to read in different languages, and you come up to this and they say S to real, and you say, well, nah, the S is silent, it's just et to real. And then they're like, what? Why would you put a silent character in the language? But yes, that is what they do, people. They put characters that you never pronounce in the words. It's ridiculous. So let's get back here into this truth. Did you know that NASA is actually just a Freemasonic satanic Kabbalism group? Let's zoom in here a little bit and show you. It's true. All their stuff is, they're doing a ritual right now. Artemis, it's called, right? Heliocentrism is the worship of the sun and the worship of pagan Greek gods of the sun, Helios and Apollo. Trump also heavily worships Apollo. If you look in his New York, what do they call it? Bird's eye perch thing. He's got Apollo statues and paintings all over his, condo. NASA and the heliocentric globe Earth model is ultimately the worship of, this word Lucifer is wrongly being used by all these people that are so-called truth seekers, okay? Lucifer means light bearer. They're talking about Azazel, or the Satans, which means the adversaries, the group of fallen angels. But we'll leave it for now. Moving down here, you can see on their patches, they just do nothing but worship Apollo and the sun god, and you'll see these same images in the Freemasonic lodges, okay? This one here is off of a wall in a lodge, right? And then they put it onto the NASA patches, and they call their stuff Artemis and Apollo and all these other nonsense ritualistic type names. Don't get it twisted. NASA is a satanic organization lying to you. They needed them, right? Things that NASA never shows us. NASA has never shown an astronaut leaving the so-called pressurized area. This is one of Jason's favorites. He brings it up all the time. NASA never shows anybody going into a pressurized airlock room. And then the changing pressures, and then they go out into space, and then they come back into that room, and they close the doors and seal them, right? And then they repressurize, and then they can open the capsule to go into the next room. They've never shown it. Entering the airlock and going into a vacuum of space in a single uncut shot. They've never shown it. Why? Because they don't go into outer space. They actually do the spacewalks in pools. You can see the bubbles too. Oh, they say it's space debris. Did you know about Stanley Kubrick? Right? This is back in 1965. They went to the moon in 1967, and he was a film director, movie director. Right? This is him with NASA, right? Before they faked the moon landings. I mean, if you need any more evidence to debunk the fact that we went to the moon, you need help. Not only that, but they hired Arthur C. Clarke, who is a weirdo. I don't even recommend you go and listen to his content. It's that bad. But yes, NASA has been doing nothing but fakery since the beginning. And they hired Stanley Kubrick to do it. Moving on here. Did you know about this town here in Maine? Apparently they've gone food sovereign, right? It says Sedgwick, Maine, has done what no other town in the United States has done. The town unanimously passed an ordinance giving its citizens the right to, quote, produce, process, sell, purchase, and consume local foods of their choosing. This includes, yes, which I wish I could get, raw milk, locally slaughtered meats, and just about anything else you can imagine. It's also decided bucking off other state and federal laws too. Yes, we celebrate you to this town. Turn it up. Yes, this is what we want to see. It's going to go back to this way soon enough, everybody, so don't worry. Let's move on. We got more truth. We just try to bring as much of it as we can. That's why I'm going too fast. The best weight, this one says, that you ever going to lose is the weight of other people's opinions. Now, I definitely want people around me that help me with their opinions. Not opinions, with what they observe. But you want to be careful with people that just come around throwing insults at you. Like I had some crazy comment I wake up to. Just nonsense. People just comment nonsense on my stuff. Totally off topic. People see shine. They want to come in and just dull it out. Don't worry about what anybody else says about you. Worry about the ones you love, that you trust, what they tell you. That's important, though. I don't want to throw all of that out. This one says, why go and read dystopian fiction when you can just pay attention? True. Good meme. I like the art, too. This one says, does anyone else find it super extremely disturbing that we actually have to convince other human beings that is not normal? It's not some young aversion sexuality preference? No, these people need to be taken out fast and not to lunch. Can't stay too long on that one. This one's really important. Get this one untwisted. It says here, genders are like the Twin Towers. There used to be two. Now it's a really sensitive subject. Why did it skip this one? Oh, my card was declined. Please delete all tweets that violate your bank's hate speech policies to process this payment. This is coming to a store near you if these cucks get their way. The WEF and the Zazel team. All this stuff needs to burn. Let's do the next one that it skipped to. A cashless society can't be implemented. Hey, listen here. Unless the digital ID is first in place. Digital ID is the line in the sand that we can't cross. Right? Figure this out fast. Tracked, traced, digital ID. The scriptures told us everything they were going to do thousands of years in advance, okay? The Freemasons didn't write it. It was a warning. Creator's not going to leave us out high and dry. He's going to tell us exactly what's going on. As soon as they have you digitally ID'd, right, then they can implement everything they want, including the cashless society, so they can control everything. And like this meme said, oh no, Ronnie Shine said something against the government on Facebook or on YouTube. Now you're not allowed to buy this food. You can't buy gas. You can't get your kids' diapers. This is the problem. How about this one? Freeze and starve for Ukraine. Viva la Ukraine. This is retarded, but this is the narrative that they try to promote here, right? Wake up. This is the biggest joke I've ever seen. Well, after the Cerveza hoax, that was a bigger joke. But this so-called war, they show you this little tiny dot. Toronto is going to fight the United States of America, everybody. Start freezing for Toronto. We're going to assault them. You know, we're pushing back the Texan military. We are going to fight. The city of Toronto is going to defeat the United States of America. That's how retarded the New World Order thinks that people are. Actually, people believe it. People do actually believe it. Moving on here, this says, your house on socialism. You know what? I'd rather have this than live in a concrete jungle with all you WEF cucked out sheeple, though. And then this one here says, your politician's house on socialism. How do you like the New World Order in 2022? Nancy Pelosi and all these fucking people. Then you have people cheering for the ones on the right side that live in these houses, too, because they fight back and forth with the ones on the other side of the street. And they go out to dinner and they go to their soirees. They drive their fancy cars with their pinky finger up and they eat Grey Poupon with their marmalade. right? Don't get it twisted. All politicians, both sides, are scumbag, sick, satanic, sold-out beasts that are roaming the earth looking to devour whoever they can. Both sides are divided. Both sides are wrong here. This one says, sometimes, this is coming in off my friend. If you don't know him, Yoshi the Donkey, he says, sometimes the grass will appear greener on the other side, Ronnie, because it has been fertilized by bullshit. True. Thank you, Donkey. Miss you. See you soon. I'll bring you some treats. Don't worry, boy. Moving on here. My response to every situation is, quote, it's all good. Why is that? Because even if it isn't, soon enough, it will be. I promise you guys that. I know the creator. I know the guy who's got the respawn button to the game. Right? I know him real well. So if you get it taken out of the game, I'll get you respawned in a good place. As long as you have a good heart, though. Okay, we look at the scores of everybody and, okay, you did this. Okay, boom, you get to come back and do this. And don't have any fear. Whatever takes place tonight or tomorrow or the next day, if this goes off and that goes off, just calm down. Just all you need is water and sunlight and fresh air in the woods. Don't worry if you got a lake nearby. You're going to be able to learn how to fish real good. Trust me. You'll be hungry enough. You'll be able to catch those fish with your bare hands. Don't worry about anything that's about to happen. I got this. Chill. This one says, and you will hear of wars and rumors of wars. But hey, don't worry. Christ told us, see that you are not alarmed. Relax. Deep breaths in. For guess what? This must take place. But the end is not quite here. You're going to know. The sky is going to be burning above you, right? All the ground is going to be ablaze when this time comes, okay? This is just the beginning. And yeah, look, we even got the Freemasonic iconography, fake nukes and fake, dogfights they show you in the movie. You know, everything in war was just movies. They don't have dogfights. They don't have heat-seeking missiles. It's all fake. It's fake. This one here is super important for me. Deep conversation with the right people are so priceless. And the problem with me is I don't have deep conversations with anybody, besides Jason or my mom or Villiard, the teammates that we got, the people that we work with. And I miss them. And I hope that you on the other side of the screen are seeking out others like you that you can have these good, deep conversations with, because they're so therapeutic. Sometimes just talking, even if nobody's talking back, someone's just listening to you, it can be healing. So get you some deep conversation today. Moving on here. Okay, this one is so important. It says, before you were born, I set you apart. Right? You need to understand that everything that is happening now was all planned. It's all a part of the process of us getting to where we need to go. So have no fear. It's all under control. I constantly want to remind people of that. Do this next one here. This one says, the heroin oxytocin opiate drug crisis that we are currently in was actually caused by, medical professionals, doctors, and pharmaceutical corporations. Same people running the scamdemic on you and the pox thing. Right? All of this was orchestrated by these sick bastards that have been doing this. In 1980, they started the Jabola for Babies plan. So this is nothing new. They've been causing all types of deformities for a long time. But yes, they even caused this. And death has touched my family with these types of drugs. And we could get into a deeper study at another date and time if this realm keeps going. I'll show you exactly who invented all this, right, and why. But we got another song. We got so much good music. I'm going to play another song, and I'm going to be back after this. This is the only morning show. It's not sponsored. This is the only morning show. It's not sponsored. We're gonna touch the sky. We're gonna fly. Come on now. T95. Touch the sky. Nobody brings you the tunes like this team. Shout out to the Estonian teammate who does so much of the work to find this amazing music. I just pick and choose what moves me. I'm a hook seeker. Okay, I seek musical hooks, things that move me in my soul, and then I try to share them with people. And I've been lucky enough to actually start to become a better DJ and actually make mixtapes. That's what I've been doing. So let's get into this. Okay, we got a few more to get into. This is super parabolic, what we see on the screen right here. Let me just make sure everything's working. We've had glitches today. We've had glitches, but we're going to keep fighting. We never give up, okay? Never. We don't make excuses on this team either. This says, what I imagine everyone will do at the end of the world. Okay? See, they got their phones out, they're filming. This is exactly what they're going to do, and what people don't realize is that the clouds are actually viewing devices too, right? The clouds are often used as a parabolic key, right? There's mysteries to the parables of the kingdom of heaven, and I'll explain to you. The clouds are used as witnesses. They're spiritual angelic hosts in the clouds. They're like cameras themselves too, looking back at me and you. So it's funny. In this picture you have what's going to fall from the sky, which is wormwood. There's going to be like a mountain, burning mountain. It's going to fall into the sky, right? It was written about. John saw it, and he wrote down what he saw, right? And people are going to film it, witnessing it from the ground. And people in the heavenly realm are going to witness it looking through the clouds. I thought that was a really cool meme. It meant something to me, a little extra. So I thought I'd bring that to you. This one says, getting high and drunk opens you up to, yes, unclean spirits. Do you know how many stories I've heard and how many times I've seen something really terrible happen when people were drunk? People get abused, people cheat, they lie, they steal, they ruin everything in their life when they get drunk. I'm not against people having the odd beers or some wine, a little wine now and then. As soon as we start drinking the hard liquor, as soon as we start escaping reality because we need to, do something else. It just caused nothing but unclean spirits to enter into your life and ruin it. Now, people don't want to believe in the scriptures of that or whatever. The alcohol itself is dirty. It's unclean. We don't even have to talk about it being a spirit. I'm just telling you. Any abuse, all the kids, you know how many people had to suffer because their parents... And unfortunately, this realm is such a grind. That's why this is called the Rise and Grind podcast, that the people are pushed to drink. They do. People marry the wrong people for wrong reasons, for money, because they wear this certain kind of deodorant or perfume that they find attractive, and they don't actually aren't meant to be with that person. Then they get drunk, and then they abuse each other. Right? It becomes a toxic cycle. Getting high on anything man-made. Cocaine, heroin, all that stuff. Anything that's condensed or anything that man has synthesized is wrong. It also, yes, too, allows unclean spirits into your life. This is very important. Please, people, don't let this ruin your life. Moving on, it says zombie apocalypse. Let's take a look a little closer at the etymology here. Apocalypse, the word actually just means revelation, right? Zombie actually means physically alive, but spiritually dead. Right? Deprived of independent thinking, cut off from higher self, and slaves of the system. So all the zombie shows that they had everybody watching was all predictive programming because they were about to castrate them spiritually. Not just Christian, all spirituality. It's everywhere. It's not just in one book. Spirituality is in everything. But they've neutered us. They've neutered, not me, but they've neutered the majority of the people. It's really sad to me. It's part of the reason why I get up and do this podcast no matter what. Because people need to have a good voice. Someone that cares about them needs to stand up. And I'm going to do it. I'll do it alone. I'll do it with everybody. I'll do whatever I have to do. This one says, the world has forgotten about Yahawah. And I have a feeling he's about to remind us who he is. So I'm not worried. I'm ready. I know who he is. Most people don't. They don't. Unfortunately, Azazel and the Fallen Angel crew has done a great job making everybody believe in lies and deceptions. That's where we are. This one is super important and super powerful. It says, as a jewel of gold in a swine's snout, so is a fair woman which is without discretion. Be discreet. This one goes on to say aromatherapy herbs. This is what we need to calm down. We should be out smelling them in nature first off, but you can get them dried. You can order them online. You can go to other types of stores in your area, and you can get these things, okay? Chamomile, I love. Not only most of these smell good, you can eat most of these too, okay? And they do things when you eat them. You just weren't taught about it. Cinnamon, very nice. I have frankincense, myrrh, and cinnamon. Those are the three things that I'll use for smell, I put them in my candles. I use them as medicine. You can do the cinnamon is a very important aspect here. Yarrow, spearmint. I used to love finding spearmint as a kid and eat it. I used to eat it. Okay, I plucked it out of the ground and ate it. There was a bunch of different edible flowers that I used to eat. Lavender is one of my favorite. I have a song called Lavender and Red Wine. I love the smell of lavender. Plant it all the time. You should too. It just smells good. You walk by it, the breeze blows, and it picks it up and brings it to you. You can sit outside, and it's just something that you should have in your life. Peppermint, obviously, everybody loves peppermint, right? Mixed with what, like ice cream, or they put them in those little patty things. Valerian, another really nice smell. Lemongrass, also very good to eat, right? Lemongrass, you can drink it, make it tea. White willow. Flaxseed. Oh, I love rosemary. I'm a big fan of rosemary. Plant rosemary around your garden too. This does many things that I can't really explain too much because I don't know if people want to hear it, but yellow dock is another good one. I'm not too familiar with this one, but it's on the list, so apparently it smells really good. We've got to remember that these things were put here for this, right? They were put here so we could have these nice smells. And the spiritual aspect too. If you don't know, the spirit, its sense is the smell. I know, because people always want to make fart jokes and all this other nonsense. Some people laugh. Sure, it can be funny at times. I'm not into that because the smell is one of the most important things to me. It's key. Moving on. This one says, if you keep them busy with basic needs, they will forget about the freedoms that they're losing or lost. This is true. This is how they do it. Keep us busy, keep you going to work. Well, we got to work. We should build things if we're men. Women should be the moms, right? I don't want to get into a rant right now. I'm going to move on here. Disturbing side effects. Do not put this soda in your kids' hands. Do not. Have you heard of Mountain Dew Mouth? I have. This is not new to me, but I'll share it with you guys. Mountain Dew Mind. It says dentists have a name for the condition they see in kids who drink too much Mountain Dew. They call it Mountain Dew Mouth, right? Don't drink this stuff. It's actually toxic poison. It's an industrial chemical used as a flame retardant in plastics. See, these tiny hats took all the slag, all the stuff. Margarine is another chemical slag process. They build stuff and make stuff, and the stuff that comes out of the byproducts, yeah, they bottle it up and sell it to you too. I don't want to get... Don't feed your kid this. And don't you drink it either. Please. The greatest souls are awakened out of suffering. Yet the most impressive personalities endures many scars. How many scars do you have? Come on, I'll show you mine. They're everywhere. You can't even miss mine. I can't even go like 10 inches on my body without showing you a scar. And that's fine. It's just who I am. It's the path that was mine. And maybe yours is scarred too. Maybe your soul is scarred. The good thing though is that these scars will actually become spots with light. Right? They get flipped in the spiritual realm. You become powerful and a light being. Here on earth, it's painful and there's scars. Most people, oh, look at that. That's a scar, right? It's actually a testament to your endurance. Moving on, this one says, never give up. Just don't do it, okay? You can move on. You can get up no matter what happens. It says, stress begins when your worry list is longer than your gratitude list. You'll go through days where you think you have everything so-called under control. You'll go through days where you have absolutely no idea what you're doing. But don't let one bad day get you down, or 2 or 3 or a month or a year. Don't let it get you down. Just get back up, because on the other side of those clouds is, yes, a really bright blue sky. So never give up. Listen to a sweet lullaby. It'll help you, okay? Just don't give up no matter where you are, no matter what you're going through. Maybe you lost somebody in your life and you miss them, and you could talk to them. Anybody, you can talk to people in your heart. They are in your heart. When people die, their spirit becomes a part of you. They're not gone. They're more with you than they ever were. So just talk to them, okay? They're right there. This one says, you are rebellious. You are only rebellious in the eyes of who cannot control you or manipulate you. So don't worry. Keep on being rebellious. I see all y'all posting up the memes, fighting for truth, fighting for love, fighting for art, fighting for spirituality. And you know what? It inspires me. I need it. I need those people in my life. I long for them. So keep going. You all know who I'm talking to. You are all limitless too. So rise up. Do it right now. Don't wait. When's the best time to plant a tree? Either right now or 20 years ago. Because this one says, quote, the one who plants trees, knowing that he or she will never actually sit in their shade, has at least started to understand the meaning of life. This is very deep. Very, very deep. Because we are like trees that have roots and a trunk and branches and leaves. And now we even have fruit that's coming out of the tree. This has taken like 6,000 years to get here. But just keep your heads up. Don't worry. All this has to happen. We had to go through this. I mean, we had to know that this WEF group was going to come along and they were going to do what they were going to do, and they're going to make this CBD system. And you have to go through this so that you know what freedom is. Because in the 80s and the 90s, we had no idea. We didn't have to lock our doors. Things weren't so expensive. Now, I mean, they were completely destroying the family and everything else all that time. But we were free and we had no idea. And it's only when we started losing the freedoms, we were like, hey, what's going on here? Something's not right. And this is what had to happen so that we can appreciate actual freedom. It's a tough lesson. I know it's really hard. So many people have a hard time with it. Why do people die? And there's so many questions that people have, but you are all going to understand soon. You'll be given the remembrance of actually what's going on. I promise. Thank you for tuning in. It's 7:10 a.m. in the Central Standard Time. That's 8:10 a.m. for everyone on the East Coast. Last one of the morning. This one says one ... One tree can start a forest. One smile can begin a friendship. One hand can lift a soul. One word can frame the goal. One candle can wipe out the darkness. One laugh can conquer the gloom. One hope can raise your spirits. One touch can show you care. And one life, yes, can make the difference. Be that one today with me. And shine, okay? Thank you guys for tuning in. Don't worry. We know what's going on. We're going to be reporting on Sunday. We're going to keep following it. Just have some water. Get out in nature. It's still summertime. Well, actually, today is the autumnal equinox. Right? So today, the sun rises due east and sets due west for everybody on the map, which completely debunks spherical Earth, AE map model Earth, and anything else that doesn't show you how it supernaturally takes place in a virtualistic realm, for the lack of a better word. Today is the equinox day, so get out and enjoy it, please. If you have a compass, you want to see the sun rise. If it hasn't rose for you, I think it's rose for people tuning in. When it goes to set, though, if you have a compass, you're going to see that it's 270 degrees when you point the compass point at the sun as it sets. So check it out. And also, take a look up at the sky a little more than, glancing. Just look at how beautiful it is up there. The stars and everything, all that was put there for you to look at. Not just your phones, not just the Mac screens. Don't use Windows programs. They're crap. Okay? But thank you guys for tuning in. This was such a good morning. Forgive me for my mistakes. I'm just doing the best that I can. And I want to give a huge shout out to my teammates, everybody that helps, everyone that's been a part of this since this has been going hard since April. I'm so thankful. You guys have no idea how grateful I am that I've been able to come out and do this. No matter what has gone on in my life, I've been able to come out here and fight for truth and try to be a voice of ration and reasoning and love and compassion and scriptures and everything I've always ever wanted to do. Topped off with some of the best music I've ever heard. So that's it. I'm beyond thankful. I'm humble. I'm going to get down on my face and be thankful today. And I'm going to look up and I'm going to appreciate what I have. And I hope you guys do the same thing. Love your kids. Hug them tight. Make sure today, if you know anybody out there that you love, you go and tell them. Don't, just tell them that you love them. You don't want to regret that, right? Make sure you tell them. I'll see you guys next week, okay? Well, I'll see you Sunday. There might be a mix. We'll see what happens. It's all up in the air. I just do the best that I can. And I want to know that you guys to know that I care, okay? So have a good day. I love you guys. I'll see you next week.
I was running from the plateau. You were waiting at the chateau. Then you put on a dress that you know I like best. I'm always staring at the back door. You got some big plans for the rest of your life.
now tuned into the most censored morning show in the realm, Rise and Grind.
No, I'll get better, maybe this is love. Hope that it's enough for you, for you, for you. Wake me up, I could sleep forever, baby, don't give up. I know I'll get better,